Alright, what's up friends? Today is Friday, April 1st. And I'm about to go and watch Morbius. Today's the release date for Morbius. And to be honest, I'm not very excited for this one. If you watch my other videos, you know that my excitement for this one just completely nosedived within the past like few weeks or so. I don't know if it's because of the hype of Spider-Man added on with the hype of the Batman coming out, and I don't know, but anyway, the preliminary reviews and everything have not been good, and even with the post-credit scene they said it's really bad. So my expectations for this one are very low. I was debating whether to even watch this movie today, but I was like, gonna watch it anyway. So I'm gonna head in now and I'll be out for the out of the theater reaction. Okay, so just got out of Morbius. I was gonna say Venom, but just got out of Morbius, and okay, this is my honest opinions, and let me just say that this is gonna be a lot of spoilers, so here we go. So the pacing of the movie was just very flat, and it's just throughout the movie I was just bored, and I didn't find any parts of the movie very interesting. I think the only part of the movie that actually really caught my interest and attention was the part where Morbius is fighting his best friend from when he was a kid. His name is actually Lucian, but they call him Milo, and they're having this fight at towards the end of the movie in Act 3. Morbius calls upon the power of the bats. Okay, so for any of you who followed Morbius in the comics, let me know if or what that whole power of the bats part of it was, or his power. Do you know anything about what his power or connection with the bats is, besides being a vampire? Because that was a little bit it was kind of cool, but I didn't really understand it too much, other than him just kind of screaming out and sending out, I guess, that the bat sonar signal to call upon the bats for help. Probably the only part of the movie that was very kind of cool and interesting. Everything else just kind of falls flat and very boring to me. I'm assuming that all of you have watched the trailer for Morbius. Pretty much nothing from the trailer is in this movie, so meaning that part where Jared Leto is walking on the street and he's passing by like this like a poster or some kind of mural on the wall of Spider-Man that says murderer across it, that's not in it. Any of the speaking parts by Michael Keaton, talking to Morbius like in passing or something, that's not in it either. None of that is. So they altered the part where Dr. Morbius is fighting with this thug or whatever, and then he's like, oh, who are you? And he's like, I am Venom. And so he does say that in the movie, but in the trailer afterwards he says, oh, I'm just kidding, Dr. Michael Morbius at your service. So that part was edited out. Yeah, none of that's in the movie. This movie's just kind of weird. It wasn't very fun. It was just flat and boring. And I really don't know what Tyrese, why they casted Tyrese for this role. Sorry. One more part that wasn't in the movie that was in the trailer, the part where they're interrogating Morbius in that interrogation room, and Tyrese's associate brings in this little vial of holy water, puts it on the table, and says, oh, what? I've seen The Lost Boys. So they cut that part out. I don't know why. I think that they could have left that part in, and that would have been cool, because Lost Boys is my favorite vampire movie. I don't know, a lot of it wasn't in the movie, so I'm not sure why they cut all of that shit out. That was kind of weird. Some of the music, I know I was watching the John Campea show, for those of you who watched the John Campea show, and they made mention to a part of the movie where it sounded like the Batman, or the score, the music sounded like the Batman in one part. I kind of felt like it was more than one part, and like kind of like throughout the movie, just the score sounded like kind of like Batman-ish. And at the end credit music sounded a little Stranger Things-ish to me. I just didn't enjoy this movie at all. If I had to put it on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being the lowest, 5 being the highest, I'm gonna have to say probably like a 1, maybe a 1.5, not even a 2. 2 would be being way too generous for this one. I probably wouldn't watch this again unless I'm like actually really bored and trying to like maybe nitpick some Easter eggs or something, but I wouldn't watch this again. Anybody that's wondering about post-credit scenes or mid-credit scenes, this one does not have post-credit scenes. This one has mid-credit scenes. So there's 2. First one goes into how what's his name, Michael Keaton enters this Sonyverse. So you see, they show you a part of the ending part of Spider-Man No Way Home, where the sky is cracking open, the blue colored sky, and you know, it kind of illuminates blue, where when Doctor Strange was trying to close it up to keep anybody else from coming in. So that's how the Vulture comes in, Adrian Toomes. So he appears in an empty cell, and then they cut that, and then they roll a little bit more credits, and then the final mid-credit scene is Michael Keaton as the Vulture flying in, meeting up with Dr. Morbius and talking to him about how he doesn't know how he entered that universe. And he made mention of Spider-Man, but he's saying that he wants to team up with Morbius to, I don't know, maybe go after Spider-Man or something. The post-credit scenes were kind of underwhelming as well. I didn't think that it was absolute rubbish, but like how a lot of people have said that the post-credit, mid-credit scenes were pretty much rubbish. I don't think it was rubbish. It could have been done a lot better, maybe. It definitely gives you a hint as to Sony's plans as to opening up their Sonyverse to more, to include Spider-Man and Morbius. I don't know about Venom. That's pretty much my honest reviews, my honest thoughts of Morbius. Let me know if any of you have watched it already or are planning to watch it. I give this movie a 1, maybe 1.5 at most. But that's about it, and let me know what you thought of it down in the comments, and I'll catch you guys in another video right later.